Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be working on the new truck. I got the truck and it did run, but the carburetor I think was dirty or filters were clogged up. So I'm going to be diving into the carburetor, see if I can clean it and get it running good. So stay tuned. What I'm looking at here is, I think the original carburetor has got all this emission stuff on it, which I'm not real fond of. All these hoses are really brittle. So what I'm going to do is, I ripped that out of the carburetor. I'm going to go through the emission stuff and kind of eliminate, like this is just chilling out here. So I'm not sure what that's all about. So here's the emissions. Back there is the emissions too. I think it's like an EGR valve. So I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff so that way I can eliminate some possible vacuum leaks. You see right here, there's some stuff going to this little block. So yeah, I'll get you guys set up. I'm going to go through all this, try to eliminate, and just because it's 79, I don't need all this stuff. Eliminate this and see if I can't get the carburetor pulled off. I'll clean it, put it back on, and hopefully it will fire up. All right guys, so what that was, some of it was cruise control, some of it was EGR. I looked on the steering wheel and steering wheel is not a cruise control steering wheel. To be honest, I'm not overly concerned with the cruise control, nor do I know that all of these solenoids work. It was already unplugged from when I first looked at it, so I'll keep everything just to have it on the shelf, but I'm gonna continue to pull the carb off. You see guys, there's a little pre-filter on the carburetor. I don't know if you guys can take a look at that, but I'm gonna pick this apart and see how bad it was. I know we were trying to start it in the barn where it was setting, and it would fire off if we had, oh, I might have just tried it. Perfect. It would fire off if I put fuel down the carburetor, but it would not stay running. So that's why I definitely had a fuel issue. And just looking at the little screen, I mean, it looks pretty darn bad. Let me try to get this out and I'll show you guys. All right, got this little screen out. I didn't mess it up too bad if I need to reuse it, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, yeah, it could use a little cleaning up, but a little crud out of there I can get out of there, but oh no, not too bad. All right, so I got the battery hooked up, and just to make sure that the fuel pump's working, if you guys can see right here, this is coming from the fuel pump. So I'm gonna turn it over, and hopefully if the fuel pump is doing its job, it'll spit out some fuel. So stick this rag under here. All right, I'm gonna crank it over. All right, well, I turned the key off and the starter would not disengage. So, I got a stuck starter solenoid. And I wasn't seeing too much fuel, to be honest. I mean, I seen like a little burp, but that was about it. I'm gonna throw another fuel pump on it, and I'm gonna bang the starter solenoid a couple times, get it disengaged. Hopefully that works while I'm under there. And then we'll see if we get fuel up top here. There's no sense of taking the carburetor apart if that's not even the problem. I'm not saying it couldn't be, but if it's not getting fuel, it's definitely not gonna start whether I rebuild the carburetor or not. All right, fuel pump is on. I'm gonna crank it over a little bit and see if it spits some fuel. I crank it over a little bit and spits some fuel, but I totally forgot that the solenoid for the starter is stuck. Oh, let me look at that real quick. Boost her with some ether and see if she pops off. She runs. All right, looks like we got a couple leaks on the front of the carburetor. It's real wet around this bolt, and again around this bottom bolt. Around this one too. I'm hoping if I snug those up, then it'll stop the leak. All right, guys, first maiden voyage. I cannot describe the smell in this thing. It's so bad. I'm sitting on my Hello Kitty blanket, windows down, and I'm trying not to gag. So after farting around with the carburetor, cleaned out the little screen, tightened up the fuel bowl. I did realize that the stock original fuel pump was crapped out. I had a feeling, but I just wanted to check and make sure that the screen wasn't plugged up. So I ended up not rebuilding the carburetor because I was able to get it going. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but down, man, it is down in there. Come on, focus now. Well, anyway, you might have to just trust me. You can see the lines right there. I just got a reman or rebuilt fuel pump, whatever they are these days. Put that on there and started pumping fuel, and that got the truck running. So that's where it's at right now. Still got the original carburetor that I got with the truck, just a new fuel pump. I did some plugs and wires and cleaned up the cap. Excuse me, cleaned up the cap. And other than that, runs decent. I still have, I think, either maybe a burnt valve or some stuck rings on the piston, because on one of the driver's side cylinders here, it does have a little bit of a miss, so I got to look into that. Eventually, I'll go ahead and pull the head and see what's going on there. I'm hoping it's just a burnt valve, and I can get that taken care of, put the head back on. But until we dive into it, I'm not real sure. That's going to wrap it up for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned as I do some more stuff to the blue truck and get it on the road. I'm sure I'm going to have a little bit of challenges, just making sure everything is good to go, just because it has been sitting in a barn for so long. But appreciate you guys. Make sure you subscribe, do like, do all the YouTube stuff. We'll see you guys later.